गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुष्येभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शं नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्तिः 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 सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपात् स भूमिं विश्वतो वृत्वा अच्छतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलं पुरुष एवेदगं सर्वं यद्धूतं यच्च भव्यं उतामृततत्पश्येशानः यदन्नेनातिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमा अतो जयागुंश्च पूरुषः पादोश्च विश्वभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादोर्ध्व उदयित्पुरुषः पादोस्येह भवात् पुनः ततो विश्वं व्यक्रामत् शासनानशने अभि तस्मात् विराडजायत विराजो अधिपूरुषः स जातो अच्छरिच्यत पश्चाद्भूमिमधो पुरः यत्पुरुषेण हविषा देवा यज्ञमतन्वत वसन्तो अस्यासीदाज्यं ग्रीष्म इद्नः शरद्दविः सप्तास्यासन्परदयः त्रिसप्तः समिधः कृता देवा यज्ञं तन्वानाः अबध्नन् पुरुषं पशुं तं यज्ञं बर्हिषि प्रक्षन् पुरुषं जातमग्रतः तेन देवा अयजन्त साध्या ऋषयश्च ये तस्मात् यज्ञात् सर्वहुतः संभृतं पुरुषदाज्यं पशुगश्चागश्चक्रे वायव्यान् आरण्यान् ग्राम्याश्च ये तस्मात् यज्ञात् सर्वहुतः रुचः सामानि जज्ञिरे छन्दागंसि जज्ञिरे तस्मात् यजुस्तस्मादजायत तस्मादस्वा अजायन्त ये केचोभयादतः गावोह जज्ञिरे तस्मात् तस्माज्जाता अजावयः यत्पुरुषं यददुः कतिदा व्यकल्पयन् मुखं किमस्य कौ बाहू कावूरूपादावुच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽश्वमुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यः कृतः ऊरू तदस्य यद्वैश्यः पाद्भ्यागुं शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षुः सूर्यो अजायत मुखादिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणाद्वायुरजायत नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षं शीर्ष्ण्यौ समवर्तत पद्भ्यां भूमिर्दिशः श्रोत्रात् तदा लोकागुम् अकल्पयन् वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसस्तु पारे सर्वाणि रूपाणि विचित्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वा विवदन् यदास्ते दादा पुरश्चाज्जमुदाजहार शक्रप्रविद्वान् प्रतिशच्चतस्रः तमेवं विद्वानमृतः भवति नान्यपन्था अयनाय विद्यते यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवाः तानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन् तेहनाकं महिमानः सचन्ते यत्र पूर्वे साध्या सन्ति देवाः अद्भुतसम्भूतपृथिव्यैरसा आच्छा विश्वकर्मण समवर्ततादि तस्य त्वष्टा विदधद्रूपमेति तत्पुरुषस्य विश्वमजानमग्रे वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेवं विद्वानमृतः भवति नान्यपन्था अयनाय विद्यते यज्ञेन प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तः अजायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य धीरा परिजानन्ति योनिं मरीचीनां पदमिच्छन्ति वेदसः यो देवेभ्य आतपति यो देवानां पुरोहितः पूर्वो ये देवेभ्यो जातः नमो रुचाय ब्रह्मये रुचं ब्राह्मं जनयन्तः देव अग्रे तदब्रुवन् यस्त्वैवं ब्राह्मणो विद्यात् तस्य देव अशन्वशे रिष्यते लक्ष्मीष्ण्यपत्न्यौ अहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपम् अश्विनौ व्यक्तम् इष्टं मनिषाण अमुं मनिषाण सर्वं मनिषाण ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Kiba Jaya Jaya Gora Chandir Aruti Kashobha Jaya Jaya Gora Chandir Aruti Kashobha Jannavi Tatavane Jagamanalobha Janavi Tatavane Jagamanalobha Jagajanamanalobha Jagajanamanalobha Gaurangera Rotika Shobha Jagajanamana Gaurangera Rotika Shobha Jagajanamana Gaurangera Rotika Shobha Jagajanamana Lobha
Gaurangera Ratika Shobha Jagajanamana Lobha
Dakhine Nitai Chat Pame Gadadhar
Kiba Dakhine Nitai Chat Pame Gadadhar
Nikate Advaitoshini Basha Chatradhara
Nikate Advaitoshini Basha Chatradhara
Boshi Ache Gora Chat Ratna Singhasane
Kiba Bosi Ache Gora Chat Ratna Singhasane
Arati Korena Brahma Adite Bhagane
Arati Korena Brahma Adi Devagane
Nara Hari Adi Kori Chamar Dhulaya
Kiba Nara Hari Adi Kori Chamara Dhulaya
Sanjaya Mukundo Basu Ghosha
Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Goshadigaya
Shankha baje ghanta baje baje kartal
Kiba Shankha
baje
Ganta baje baje karatala
madhura mridanga baje paramarashala
Madhura Mridanga
baje paramarashala shankha baje ghanta baje madhur 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 baje
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 madhur 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 baje
Madhur 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 baje
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Badana Ujala
Bahu
Koti
Chandra Jini
Badana Ujala Gala Deshe Vanamala Kore Jhalamala Gala Deshe Vanamala
Kore Jalamala
Shiva Shukanarada Preme Gada Gada
Shiva
Shuka Narada Preme Gada Gada Bhakati Binoda Dakhe Gorara Shampada Bhakati
Vinoda dekhe Gorara Sampada
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri
Krishna Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jai
Shri Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Shri
Advaita
Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Vasadi
Gaur
Gaur
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda
Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango,
Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga,
Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango,
Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga.
Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana,
Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana,
Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari,
Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra,
Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami, Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu Me. 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sitaram, 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 Lakshman Hanuman. Sitaram, 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 Lakshman Hanuman. Jai Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Radhe.
Jai Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe.
Jai Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Radhe.
Jai Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe.
Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga.
Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga.
Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद अभयचरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कौशिक कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई जमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। श्री श्री निताई गौर सुंदर भगवान की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ पतित पावन की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय। श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय। श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। श्री श्री नरसिम्हा देव की जय। All grace to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All grace to assembled devotees. All grace to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna everyone. Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming. Welcome to ISKCON Tri-Central Valley Yoga Pit Center. It's your first time, Mataji? Nice meeting you. I'm Ananda Vrindavan Devi Dasi. So beautiful kirtan you did. Thank you. So every day we read Bhagavad Gita. Before that we'll do the Mangalacharan and Jaradha Madhav. Kartal, is anybody there? Or is the Mridanga player? He went away. If he is there, he can play. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giri Baradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Munatira Banachari जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल। We'll do the Mangalacharan now. Hare Krishna. You can put from Om Jnana. Or if you have the book, you have, it's in the introduction. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha। Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadhutam Parijanasahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurabani Pracharine Nirbhishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I would like to welcome everyone once again. And we read every Saturday Bhagavad Gita, 5 slokas. And we started in July 2024. And now every Saturday, 5 verses. And we are in 7th chapter. We completed 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. So how many chapters in Bhagavad Gita? Anybody? 18, yes. So we finished how much? 1/3, right? 1/3 of it, 6 chapters. So Bhagavad Gita, the 18 chapters are divided into 3 sections. The first 6 chapters are about karma yoga, means action. With action, you are doing yoga. You are being united with the Supreme, with Krishna. And now the middle 6 chapters are about bhakti yoga, and the last 6 chapters are about jnana yoga, about the knowledge. So we just completed the 6th chapter last week, and the last verse of the 6th chapter, it talks about starting with bhakti. So Krishna talks about, in the 6th chapter is dhyana yoga, where he talks about ashtanga yoga, all the meditation process, how you can attain him through the meditation, process of ashtanga yoga. And then at the end he says, among all the, it says, yoginam api sarvesam madgatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yukta tamo mataha. So he says that yoginam api sarvesam, among all the yogis. He described karma yoga, he described jnana yoga in 4th chapter, he described dhyana yoga in 6th chapter. So among all these yogis, he's saying, sarvesham madgatenantmana, who is abiding in me, who is thinking of me, and who is shraddhavan bhajate yomam, who is worshipping me with faith, shraddha, with full faith, like he has complete faith on Krishna and worshipping him. And also bhajate means renders devotional service, who is rendering devotional service unto him. He is saying Yav mam same yukta tamo mataha. So among all the yogis, that person is the greatest yogi, who is always thinking about me, who is surrendered to me, who is worshipping me with devotion or performing transcendental devotional service. So he's saying that is my opinion. So here he's starting giving a hint about Bhakti Yoga in the last verse of 6th chapter and the 7th chapter. So how we can do Bhakti? Bhakti is our love, right? Basically loving somebody is devotion or bhakti. So how you can love somebody when you don't know about that person, right? So that's why he's starting to give the knowledge about him before we perform the devotion. So that's why the 7th chapter starts with knowledge of the absolute, or it's called Jnana Vijnana Yoga, means giving the knowledge and the realization. So we'll start this chapter, and please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Srimad Bhagavata as it is, chapter 7, knowledge of the absolute. Please repeat after me. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Mana Partha Yogam Yunjam Madashrayah Asamsayam Samagram Mam Yatha Jnayasi Tat Srunu. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Now hear, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt." Purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anybody wants to volunteer to read the purport? Few paragraphs. Mike.
Hello, Haribol. In this 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the nature of Krishna consciousness is fully described. Krishna is full in all opulences, and how he manifests such opulences is described herein. Also, 4 kinds of fortunate people who become attached to Krishna, and 4 kinds of unfortunate people who never take to Krishna are described in this chapter. In the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the living entity has been described as non-material spirit soul capable of elevating himself to self-realization by different types of yogas. At the end of the 6th chapter, it has been clearly stated that the steady concentration of the mind upon Krishna, or in other words, Krishna consciousness, is the highest form of all yoga. By concentrating one's mind upon Krishna, one is able to know the absolute truth completely, but not otherwise. Impersonal Brahma Jyoti or localized Paramatma realization is not perfect knowledge of the absolute truth because it is partial. Full and scientific knowledge is Krishna, and everything is revealed to the person in Krishna consciousness. In complete Krishna consciousness, one knows that Krishna is ultimate knowledge beyond any doubts. Different types of yoga are only stepping stones on the path of Krishna consciousness. One who takes directly to Krishna consciousness automatically knows about Brahma Jyoti and Paramatma in full. By practice of Krishna consciousness yoga, one can know everything in full, namely the absolute truth, the living entities, the material nature, and their manifestations with paraphernalia. One should therefore begin yoga practice as described in the last verse of the 6th chapter. Concentration of the mind upon Krishna, the Supreme, is made possible by prescribed devotional service in 9 different forms, of which Shravanam is the first and most important. The Lord therefore says to Arjuna, Tat Shrunu, or hear from me. No one can be greater authority than Krishna. And therefore, by hearing from him, one receives the greatest opportunity to become a perfectly Krishna conscious person. One has therefore to learn from Krishna directly or from a pure devotee of Krishna and not from a non-devotee upstart, puffed up with academic education. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, this process of understanding Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, is described in the 2nd chapter of the 1st canto as follows. Surunvatam swasakta Krishna punya shravana kirtana hrudayantasto hai abhadrani vidho noti suhrut satam nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavatya uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki tada rajastamo bhava kama lobhadayaschaye cheta eter anavidham sthitam sattve prasidati evam prasanno manaso bhagavat bhakti yogataha bhagavat tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate vidyate hridaya granthis chidyante sarva samsayah Shriyante chasya karmani drushta evatmanas manishware. To hear about Krishna from Vedic literatures or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lust and avarice are diminished. When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of pure goodness, becomes enlivened by devotional service, and understands the signs of God perfectly. Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once to the stage of asamsayam samagram, understanding of the supreme absolute truth, personality of Godhead. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, Bhagavad Gita 1 to 17 to, sorry. Understand the Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam 1 to 17 to 21. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the signs of Krishna.
Thank you. Such a beautiful verse, right? And the purport gives the whole summary of what is devotional service. So what Krishna is saying here to Arjun, that now hear, right? Listen to me, that how practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, means thinking about Krishna. You practice the yoga with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. So, means there won't be any doubt and you will know me completely. And what is knowing completely Krishna is about? It's not just knowing him, like how you know him. Like he is holding a flute, he is, dark bluish black color cloud, his color, he wears yellow garments. Yes, of course, that is his external feature. But what's his paraphernalia? Who is our associates? What he does? What kind of relationship we can develop with him. So how we can know about that? By hearing, right? By hearing only we can know. Like you see all the 5 senses we have. What are the 5 senses, kids? Yeah? He said everything? I could not hear. Good job. See and touch. And how about hearing? Is it a sense? So, the 5 senses are hearing, smelling, then hear, smell, touch, taste, and one more. See from the eyes, right? Out of the 5 senses, what do you think is the most alert sense? When you are sleeping, all the senses are closed. You cannot smell anything, you cannot see anything, you cannot touch anything, you cannot taste anything. What you can still do? You get up every day with the alarm, right? Here. So that is the most alert sense. Even though doctors say that when somebody is in coma, still they can hear. It's that important. So because this is the most alert sense, we should know the Supreme Lord through hearing. because that's the one we can hear you can hear the Mahamantra all the time, right? When you're sleeping also you can put the Mahamantra. So that it's going in the ear even though we are not alert. Yeah, because our sense of hearing is still alert. Our ears are still alert. So by hearing about Krishna, like when you hear about some famous personality, right? Everybody in the world knows about the most famous personality today, either in a wrong way or a right way, right? I don't want to mention anything. So how do people, even in a small village, they know in India, because there is so much of scarcity of everything at this point, that they know who is the famous personality in the world. How? By hearing, right? By hearing the name. So when you hear about somebody again and again and again, then you want to know more and more. Oh, why people are talking about that person, right? So in the same way, when we hear about Krishna every day, regularly, as we read in this verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Swarnatam Swakatha Krishna. Means Swarnatam, every day hearing about Krishna, right? Hearing the stories of Krishna or pastimes of Krishna. Then what happens? You develop an attachment towards him. Has anything happened like this with anybody? Like by hearing about Krishna or by hearing about Ram, you get an attachment, right? You want to hear more. And why? Why you don't want to hear about a bad person. You don't want to suppose demoniac person, right? If the person is demoniac, they want to hear about them. But if a person is good, 99% of the people, they don't want to hear anything about a wrong person, but a right person, a virtuous person they want to hear. So when you hear about Krishna, the Supreme Lord, which about his topics are all transcendental. It is not material, right? It's all spiritual. So when you hear, then you get attracted. And why you get attracted towards the spiritual topics? Because we are the spirit souls, right? We are spiritual in nature. We are not material. So when we hear about the spiritual entity or the supreme person, then we get attracted. Because our nature, Jibere Swarupa Hai Krishna Nitya Das. Our original identity is the part and parcel of Krishna. Mame vamsa jivaloke jiva bhuta sanatana manasasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. Krishna is saying in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that everybody is part and parcel of him. Mame vamsa jivaloke jiva bhuta sanatana. Every living entity is eternal. We are not temporary. We are eternal spirit souls. But how we are struggling in this life? Because of the mind and senses. So that's why, because mind and senses are material, they take us towards that direction, towards the material direction. But we as the spirit soul are spiritual and much higher in nature than the mind and senses. So when we hear about Krishna, we get attracted, right? Because our soul's nature is that to know about Krishna. Like soul always knows about Krishna, but we are forgetful of Krishna. So because we have got this material body, we are forgetful about him. So when we hear, then we start remember. Like you forget some of the things of your childhood, and you have visited to some place and you don't remember at all. But when somebody tells you, then you start remembering. So like I was recently in India and I saw many people I could not recognize because I saw them after many, many years. And when I saw them after, I could not recognize. When I recognized, then I could recollect, oh, that person has that relationship with me. Or we did like that in childhood, So our forgetful relationship with Krishna, comes about when we hear about him. Then we remember, our soul starts remembering, oh, yeah, I'm part of Krishna. I'm Krishna's associate, Then we want to hear more and more about Krishna. And when we hear more and more about Krishna, what happens? We get purified, right? Because our souls, we are covered with this material body. That's how our intelligence has got impurities, right? Or the anarthas, or the 6 enemies of us, right? Lust, anger, greed, all that. So when we understand, or when we start hearing about Krishna, then what happens? It purifies our mind and senses as well as our heart from the impurities. So we don't have any impurities after we get the purification. Like for example, when there is dirty water, right? And you put the filtering elements and then it gets purified, right? In the same way, the filter for us, for the impurities within us is what? Krishna Katha. right? Hearing about Krishna. Then one gets purified. And when one gets purified, then what happens? Then automatically when the impurities are gone or wiped away, then what happens? You become steady in the mode of goodness, right? You become steady. You won't like the mode of passion and ignorance activities. You become steady in pure goodness, in attachment with Krishna. Then automatically our attachment to the material world, the knots, hard knots of our relationship, material relationships, that gets cut, right? That's what it says, that vidyante hridaya granthis chidyante sarva samsaya. All the doubts are cleared, and your knots are, your attachment knots or material affection, those are all cleared, and you will be completely understanding the Supreme Lord, and you will be completely with the Supreme Lord, and that's the purest state. And this all happens just by hearing. So Krishna is saying, hear about me, and I'm going to tell you the details about the absolute truth. Okay, we'll go to the second one. Please repeat. Jnanam teham sabhijnanam idam bhakshyami ashesataha yasgyatva neha bhuyo nyaj ज्ञातव्यम abhashishyate. Translation. I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous. This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. Purport, anybody wants to read?
Hare Krishna. Complete knowledge includes knowledge of the phenomenal world, the spirit behind it, and the source of both of them. This is transcendental knowledge. The Lord wants to explain the above mentioned system of knowledge because Arjuna is Krishna's confidential devotee and friend. In the beginning of the 4th chapter, this explanation was given by the Lord, and it is again confirmed here. Complete knowledge can be achieved only by the devotee of the Lord in disciplic succession directly from the Lord. Therefore, one should be intelligent enough to know the source of all knowledge, who is the cause of all causes and the only object for meditation in all types of yoga practice. When the cause of all causes becomes known, then everything knowable becomes known and nothing remains unknown. The Vedas, Mundaka Upanishad 113 say, Kasmin nu bhagavo vijnate sarvam idam vijinatam bhavanti.
Thank you. So here now Krishna is saying what he is going to give the knowledge. He is saying that he will give the knowledge both phenomenal and numinous. So that is jnana and vijnana. He is saying that jnanam te ahamsa vijnanam. I will give you both jnana and vijnana. We know jnana means knowledge, right? What is vijnana means? The knowledge what we have realized. Knowledge by just hearing, right? Okay, you hear that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, Krishna looks like this, Krishna stays here. All that is knowledge. But how you have realized Krishna's presence in you, within you as Paramatma, how he is guiding you within your life, then that experience of the yourself or the realization of the Supreme is Vijnana, right? So another sense we can say how Krishna's greatness is described everywhere in the Vedic literatures, right? How great he is, how he is the cause of all causes. Everything is coming out from him. He is the source of all creation, right? So all that is the greatness. But the sweetness of Krishna is the realization, what we realize about him, right? So how Krishna is the creator of the whole cosmos, right? Whole spiritual and material world. And the awe and reverence comes into picture, right? He is the supreme proprietor, he is the supreme controller, he is the supreme personality of Godhead, he is the supreme absolute truth, everything. But yes, we understand that. But how we understand that and realize it within us, right? So like, how by the devotional service it is possible. By the bhakti process it's possible, like how Krishna is playing with his cowherd boyfriends or the girlfriends, how is playing with his mother Yashoda, how is becoming naughty before mother Yashoda, how is serving Nanda Maharaj. Like he took the sandals of Nanda Maharaj on his shoes and went to serve him, right? So he's the Supreme Lord. And at the same time, he's taking the sandals of his own father on his head, right? Which is so sweet. Or he's afraid of his mother that she will scold him or beat him because he's stealing the butter. So everybody is afraid of him, right? But he is being afraid of his devotee. So that's the sweetness of him, right? That's the reciprocation of him, because Nanda and Yashoda wanted him as their own child. So he's reciprocating that child's love with them, even though he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? In the Damodarashtakam we sing that he is the fear personified is also afraid of him, but he is afraid of Mother Yashoda's stick, right? So that's the sweetness, and that sweetness can be realized when one becomes a devotee. And that is what is Vijnana. So Jnana and Vijnana. So Jnana is knowing about him, but Vijnana is realizing about him, right? With the faith we have. The realization is Vijnana. And also it says phenomenal and numinous, right? Everything you see, the whole creation is a phenomena, right? Everything. But how everything is happening and how, the realization comes into us, that becomes the Vijnana. That gives you the enlightenment, right? Just by knowing we don't get the enlightenment. But when we realize it, then only we get the enlightenment. And that's the numinous knowledge or Vijnana. So Krishna is saying that after you know these two things, then what else we need to know, right? That's everything, complete. So after you know these two things, you don't need to know anything else. Then the third one, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. Translation: out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Okay, purport. I think it's a big purport. Maybe we can discuss rather than reading it. So here in this purport, Prabhupada is saying how there are many grades of people, right? We can know that in all over the world there are many different categories of people. And out of that, if you take all the population, then out of many thousands, one may be interested in transcendental realization. Like, some categories of people, you can say that, they're just working, like they're studying, then they're working, they're getting married, they're getting children, they're getting grandchildren. It goes on, then they're dying. So they're just going by the flow of the life cycle and not thinking about why these things are happening. That's the regular category of people, right? Then the second category of people, they think, oh, why I'm getting this suffering, or why I am going through this, or what I am before this life, what I am going to be after this life. Those questions come into mind for some people, right? So they are trying to get the knowledge why these things are happening, how the sun is rising every day, how the sun is setting every day, how the seasons are changing. They want to know, right? Rather than just going with the flow of the society. So they are called Gyanis. They want to know things, right? And they want to end. After that, some of them want to know the next step. Okay, somebody is behind this. All these things are happening automatically, right? The seasons are changing, the flowers are blooming, the winter is happening or summer is happening, sun is rising every day without fail, moon is rising every day without fail, moon is changing the sides. So somebody is behind all this. So they try to know who is the chief engineer of this universe, right? Who is under whose control all these things are happening. So they try to know. So among those kind of people, he's saying after that, when they want to go for the perfection, okay, I want to know everything, then they go for the perfection. So among all these who try for the perfection, those who have achieved perfection, so out of all kind of yogis who achieve perfection, there are siddhis, right? Siddha Purushas, or the mystic yogis. They get all kind of perfection. There are Ashta Siddhi, or 8 kinds of perfection. They can be smaller than the smallest, they can be bigger than the biggest, they can appear in multiple places at the same time. Those are all the yogic processes. And they have got that perfection. Like Hanuman, he had all those siddhis, right? So when they get those kind of perfection, from them, among those kind of people, among thousands of people like that, one knows me in truth, Krishna is saying. Out of all of them, hardly one knows me in truth. So you can imagine how much it is rare to know Krishna, right? It is so rare to know Krishna because, first of all, people don't want to know. They are going in the same flow of life. The second, those who want to know, they go to certain extent. Then they go, the later people who wants to, get the perfection, they go for the mystic yoga or siddhis. They think, okay, that's the perfection, they got it, it's done, right? They don't want to go beyond that. Okay, I can be, if they go get that perfection, then what happens? They can still get another life and then do the same thing, right? There is no going beyond this cycle of life and death, or birth and death. So those who really want to get the perfection means going out of this material world. And how it is possible? By the process of bhakti. You get and by understanding Krishna, then acting upon or realizing that knowledge of Krishna and implementing that in one's life, then they get the real perfection, getting closer and closer to Krishna. So that's why it is saying here that those kind of people, they can know me, like they know hardly who is out of the, you can divide, right, billions of people to thousands of people to one person, right? So like that. So he's saying that no one can understand Krishna as he is by the blunt of material senses, but he reveals himself to the devotees. But how one can know to achieve that perfection is by Krishna's mercy, right? Because he reveals himself to the devotees of Krishna, that being pleased with them with their transcendental loving service. So when he is pleased, I'll give you the example of Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva was a small boy, 5-year-old boy, right? And he wanted to see the Supreme Lord, and he did the austerity, and within 4 months Supreme Lord as Vishnu, he came in front of him to appear, right? He appeared in front of him and he didn't have any knowledge, right? He was just praying to Vishnu to see him. So when he didn't know how to worship him or what to talk to him, he didn't know. He's a small boy of 5-year-old. So then Vishnu touched his conch shell on his head, and the beautiful prayers, Dhruva Stuti, came from him. And why? Because it was his mercy, right? Vishnu's mercy. So when one performs devotional service, like Dhruva did for 4 months, and he got to see Vishnu, but he didn't know what to do with him, right? So then he got that perfection by the mercy of Vishnu, that he could pray to him. So that's how the perfection happens, or understanding Krishna happens by his mercy only. Okay, then we'll go to the 4th one. Bhumir apo analo vayu kham mano buddhir evacha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakritir ashtadha. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego, all together these 8 constitute my separated material energies. So these are he's saying about the so now the first 3 verses, Krishna is talking about what he is going to say, right? He said that the absolute truth, what is knowledge, what is Vijnana, Jnana and Vijnana. And he says, he's talked about who can know him, right? And now he's saying about his external features, or the external energy. Okay? So what are his external energy, or separated material energy? Before he talks about himself, he's going to first his energies. So he's speaking about his energies now, starting from 4th verse. And what he's saying, the 8 material energies: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and ego. So we know the 5 gross material elements: earth, air, fire, earth, water, air, fire, and ether. And then mind, intelligence, and ego. So for example, you take a computer, right? In the computer, you see a physical computer, right? A CPU or a laptop. And then there is inside something. So that physical computer is like our body, which is the 5 material elements which constitute of, or the whole creation, whole material creation constitute of these 5 material elements, right? And then the computer has also some memory disk, right? And it has the CPU, the processor. So what is that? That is the mind and intelligence of ours, which is our subtle body. So we have mind and we have intelligence. What we cannot see? We can see our gross body, right? But we cannot see our subtle body, which is the mind, intelligence, and ego. So what is mind? Mind stores all the memories, right? So it's like in the computer, the hard disk, right? And what is intelligence? Intelligence is above the mind. Like mind can just, if when you see something, the mind is again triggered and mind can say that, okay, this is the thing, right? You remember that. But intelligence can help you discriminate, judge, right? Whether I should do this or I should not do this, right? So intelligence is the processor, like the CPU of a computer. So it is processing our senses and mind. Whatever we are acquiring through our mind and senses, intelligence is processing it. So intelligence is higher than this. And then false ego, which is the highest among all these 8. And how false ego? Everybody has heard ego, right? But here it is saying false ego. Ahankara means false ego. What is false? What is ego actually? Ego is basically, it's giving us the identity, right? Who am I? That's ego. What we are egoistic about? My position, right? About my, whatever I have achieved. That's the egoistic ego we think about, right? So that's the identity. So, but this is our false identity, because I'm thinking of myself as such and such by this body, right? So this is my false identity or false ego. But what is the true ego is my real identity, which is the part and parcel of Krishna. I'm part of Krishna. That's my real identity. So here, because we have the false ego in this material body, that's how it is material. It's a material element. So all these 8 material elements constitute Krishna's external energy. It's separated than him, which is called Para Prakriti. So, Para Prakriti means it is separated than him. These 8 material elements. Okay? You can read the purports, because these are big because of the time. I'm not reading the purport. So what I'm just explaining, it is all there. But you can read and we can discuss even next week if any questions, okay? And these 8, the Srimad Bhagavatam talks very detail about these 8 constituents. We are recently reading about it, the 8 material elements, and how it's not just about our body, but about the whole cosmos, how the whole material in creation is covered by these 8 material elements. Okay, one after the another, the layer is there. And that's what it is given in this purport. Then we'll go to the next one. Okay, in this purport, another interesting thing Prabhupada is writing about the position of God and diverse energies. And material nature is called Prakriti, or the energy of the Lord in his different Purusha incarnations. So Krishna has different Purusha incarnations as described in Satvata Tantra. What is that? He has 3 different Vishnus expansion. So Krishna is expanded in plenary expansion. Assume 3 Vishnus. The first one, Mahavishnu, creates the total material energy known as the Mahatattva, and that material energy constitutes these 8 material elements. Then the second, Garbhodakasai Vishnu, enters into all the universes to create diversities in each of them. So the first, Krishna expands himself into Mahavishnu, who is creating the whole material cosmos, which constitute millions of universes, material universes. And then he enters into, and the whole material cosmos has these 8 material elements. And the second, Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, he entering into each universe to create diversity. So when he enters into each universe, then from his lotus navel, Brahma comes out, the creator of the universe. And he gives the knowledge to Brahma, who is the chief engineer of the material universe, and he creates everything. And then the third Vishnu, Kshirodakasaya Vishnu, is diffused as the all-pervading super soul in all the universes and is known as Paramatma. So again, Krishna enters into each and every atom, each and every living entity as the Paramatma or the super soul. So these are the three Vishnus which basically control this whole material cosmos. Okay? So these three Vishnus are present only in this material cosmos or material world, material creation. And he's saying anyone who knows these three Vishnus can be liberated from material entanglement, because then you can understand him completely. Okay? Then we'll go to the next one, text 5. Apareyam itastu anyam prakritim vidhi me param Jiva bhutam mahabaho yedam dharayate jagat. Besides this, O mighty armed Arjun, there is another superior energy of mine which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. So now he is talking about that there is another superior energy of his, which that is the apara apareyam itastvanyam, right? So the I did the mistake earlier. I always get confused. Apara is the inferior, para is the superior. So he's saying what he talked in the previous verse, that is apara or inferior, and the para or the superior energy of him, which comprises the living entities or the spirit souls. So these are his own energy he's talking, and they are superior than the material energy. We can read the purport of this so that we can understand better. Anybody wants to read? Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Purport. Here it is clearly mentioned that living entities belong to the superior nature or energy of the Supreme Lord. The inferior energy is matter manifested in different elements, namely earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Both forms of material nature, namely gross, earth, etc., and subtle, mind, etc., are products of the inferior energy. The living entities who are exploiting these inferior energies for different purposes are the superior energy of the Supreme Lord, and it is due to this energy that the entire material world functions. The cosmic manifestation has no power to act unless it is moved by the superior energy, the living entity. Energies are always controlled by the energetic, and therefore living entities are always controlled by the Lord. They have no independent existence. They are never equally powerful, as unintelligent men think. The distinction between the living entities and the Lord is described in Srimad Bhagavatam as follows in Canto 10, Chapter 87, verse 30. Aparimitya dhruvastanubhrito yadi sarvagatas tarhin nashashyate ti niyamo dhruvanetarata. I don't know the meter of this. Ajanicha yanmayang tadavimuchyaniyantra bhavet samam anujanatang yadamatang matadushtatarya. O Supreme Eternal, if the embodied living entities were eternal and all-pervading like you, then they would not be under your control. But if the living entities are accepted as minute energies of your lordship, then they are at once subject to your supreme control. Therefore, real liberation entails surrender by the living entities to your control, and that surrender will make them happy. In that constitutional position only can they be controllers. Therefore, men with limited knowledge who advocate the monistic theory that God and the living entities are equal in all respects are actually misleading themselves and others. End quote. The Supreme Lord Krishna is the only controller, and all living entities are controlled by him. These living entities are his superior energy because the quality of their existence is one and the same with the Supreme, but they are never equal to the Lord in quantity of power. While exploiting the gross and subtle inferior energy, matter, the superior energy, the living entity, forgets his real spiritual mind and intelligence. This forgetfulness is due to the influence of matter upon the living entity. But when the living entity becomes free from the influence of the illusory material energy, he attains the stage called mukti, or liberation. The false ego, under the influence of material illusion, thinks, I am matter, and material acquisitions are mine. His actual position is realized when he is liberated from all material ideas, including the conception of his becoming one in all respects with God. Therefore, one may conclude that the Gita confirms the living entity to be only one of the multi-energies of Krishna. And when this energy is freed from material contamination, it becomes fully Krishna conscious or liberated.
Thank you. So here Krishna is clearly saying that there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entities. But what are they doing? They're exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature, right? So whatever the resources are given, the natural resources, they are trying to exploit it. Exploit means what? Like we misuse it, right? But if we don't exploit it, what Krishna has given us in terms of the material energy, if we utilize it in the service of Krishna, then we are liberated. When we are not utilizing in the service of Krishna, we are exploiting it because of our false ego, because of our false identity, right? Because we are thinking that I am the one. I'm the one to utilize it for myself. So because we are identifying ourselves as the controllers, we are thinking that I'm the controller, I'm the proprietor, I'm the owner of everything, right? If I live in a piece of land, I think that land is mine. So that is the problem, because after I'm gone, you don't know if that land belongs to you, right? So we are thinking that we are controlled. We are the controllers. And why? Because we are of superior energy of Krishna. But we should understand that we are not the controller, we are the servants. Controller is only one person, which is the Supreme Lord or Krishna himself. He is the controller only, and we are to be controlled by the Lord, right? Then when we understand that, then only we get the happiness or the satisfaction. But if we don't, if we think that I am the controller, then I'll never get satisfied, right? I want more and more because I'm the controller, right? Like the kings, right? They want to control everything, and how much they get, still they are looking for something, right? How much respect they get or how much wealth they get accumulate, still they are not happy. And why that person is not happy? Because they are thinking, I am the one, I can get more and more, right? The happiness doesn't come. But when you understand that I'm not the controller and Krishna is the controller, because he is the proprietor of everything, then there will be complete happiness, right? If you see the village people or in the tribal people, they are the most happiest people. Why? Because they don't have the knowledge of anything else. And they are in a small place, in the natural place, and they are getting everything from the nature, and they are satisfied that, okay, this is our place, and this is what we need. Nothing else, nothing more. I don't want to go and acquire many countries, many states or many places, or I don't want to buy more and more land. I'm satisfied with few cows, bulls, and little land, whatever, and just eating the fruits and roots and vegetables from the village or from the forest. They are happy. That's what in Chaitanya Charitamrita we were reading recently, when Mahaprabhu is going through the forest, when he met the tribal people, he saw that they are the happiest people. Whomever he saw in the cities, they were not happy. And why? Because they were simple, the simple living, right? So because they think that nature is giving them and they are satisfied with it. They don't think that I need to acquire more and more, right? But when people living in the city definitely are unhappy. Why? Because we have so many things to explore and exploit, and you just go on and on and on, and you become unhappy and unsatisfied. You are never satisfied because thinking that I'm the controller, I'm the proprietor, I can do anything, right? But as soon as one understands Krishna's eternity and Krishna's supremacy, and surrenders to that everything is Krishna's, nothing belongs to me, right? Ishavashyam idam sarvam. Everything belongs to him, nothing belongs to me. I am there for a particular time, for a particular purpose, and whatever I have, I'll utilize in His service. Then the satisfaction will come. Otherwise, we'll never be able to get the satisfaction, right? We'll be always unhappy. We'll be always hankering for things, which is, you will never get satisfied, right? There is a story actually. One time, one person, a beggar, he was holding, they hold a pot, right? He was holding a pot and he was going around, and it was never getting filled. It was never getting filled. Then he was, I think Narad Muni met him, and he said, see, my pot is never filled, so I'm not happy. Then Narad Muni said, you should go to the treasurer of the demigods, Kubera. He has the most wealth. You should be able to fill it. So he goes to Kubera's place and he asks to fill it up. And they bring, it's never filling. Then he was surprised. Kubera was surprised. It was all empty, his treasure house, but the pot was not filled. It never happened with him. Then that time again Narad Muni comes there because he wants to show the God's supremacy to everybody. Like, he is a pure devotee. He wants to give the knowledge of God to everybody, right? Knowledge of Krishna. So he comes there and he said, oh really, it is so surprised that all the wealth is gone of the demigods and it's not filled. Then he asked that person to keep it upside down, what it is. Let's see how much wealth is there inside. And when he makes it upside down, it was actually a skull of a human. Human skull. Means human being is never satisfied, right? Like if you give some dana or the bird food to the birds, I can see in the bird feeder, it's every day little is gone because they eat little bit, right? They don't accumulate how much they don't eat, they'll just leave it. Any animal or birds you see, you feed them, if they are full, they will never touch it even, right? Rather, they won't go and save it somewhere, right? But for a human being, what's our intrinsic nature? The greed, right? That we want more and more and more. So it will never be so that story gives us the information that humans beings are never satisfied. And why they are never satisfied? Because they think they can exploit the material nature. They have that capacity. Of course, they have the higher intelligence. That's why they can exploit, right? They can exploit the natural resources as much as possible and not thinking about being grateful for the nature, right? We are paying the electricity bill, we are paying the water bill, we are paying all the kind of bills, we are paying taxes to the governments for all the public services. Why? Because we have to be grateful what we are getting, right? You have to pay it back because you are utilizing it. But we are getting the natural sunlight, we are getting natural oxygen, we are getting natural air, natural water. We are never paying them back, paying the nature back. And how we can pay the nature back? Rather, we are exploiting, right? More and more. How we can get more oil from the earth? Earth is considered as the blood of the earth. Like the oil is considered as the blood of the earth. So when we are digging more and more, the earth is suffering like anything. Mother Earth is suffering. We are not understanding. We are trying to exploit more and more, right? So we are utilizing water like so much abundantly. We don't know when the water will no more be there, right? And when we exploit the animals like the cows and others, slaughtering them, so nature gives us back. We have to get back our reactions, right? So that's how we have to be very careful. We are thinking that I'm the human being, I can do anything, and I try to exploit the natural resources, I try to exploit the animals, I try to exploit the other humans. It goes on and on and on. And why? Because I am self-centered. I am the one, I am the person, I can do anything, right? I am the controller. That's what we are always thinking. And that's the problem of this whole world currently, right? Nothing else. The self-centered and the false ego, these two things are our problem. When one understands, reads this Bhagavad Gita and understands, what's my significance? Nothing. I'm an insignificant, tiny spark of spirit soul, right? And what's the size of the spirit soul? It's 1/10,000 part of the tip of the hair. So if you take your hair of the tip, that one drop, and divide it into 10,000 part, can you imagine? No any scope, microscope, nanoscope can see it, right? That is the size of the spirit soul. That is the size of mind. And then, but because I have so much of false ego that I'm thinking I am the all in all, I am the one. Even though I'm such a tiny spark, right? Nothing. So we have to understand how insignificant I am. Then only the harmony or the, all the whole world will become a peaceful place when one understands this concept. What's my nature? What's my own identity? What's my real ego, not the false ego? Because we are going through this false ego, always thinking I am the controller, we are getting the problems all over the world. Right? Okay, we can stop here, and we are trying to exploit the material nature. Okay, then we'll continue next week. But any questions or reflections, we can go for 5 minutes before we start chanting. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Haribol. Thank you very much, Mataji. Nice
Krishna.
lecture. I really like the point of like human skull. I mean, it's bottomless pit. Like, put anything like that, it gets absorbed. So that manifests many phases of our life. Like, so that's so yeah, means deep point that is made in that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Anything else? Okay. Then I can ask maybe, if no questions. So what do you think is the takeaway from today's session? Anybody can. Like what you think, like spending time coming here. So there should be some takeaway I should know that I want to implement, right? We should have some takeaway from every session we attend. Yes, Shraddha.
Be respectful for the nature, like
Res-
like be thankful for whatever we are getting. Don't exploit the nature.
Yeah, very nice.
Mataji, my focus was on the first 4-1 mainly, and it's about start self-realization. Feel like you are a part and parcel of a Krishna. I think that's my takeaway for today. Means try to think in your inside. Try to figure out means it's a self-research like Vigyan. Like do that means just do that.
Yeah, understand that you are part and parcel of Krishna.
Yeah,
And Krishna
yeah.
is
And
within
how-
you in your heart as Paramatma,
Yeah.
as we read it.
And how you will you just need to sit and like think, like start digging inside means not in your body, means
Look
your
within.
thoughts, within, and like how
Yeah.
you process your life day to day, whatever it is. Like I think I'm more in that direction.
Very nice.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Mataji.
Yeah, when you do more and more hearing and chanting, then you
and
get
realization.
more to more realize within rather than looking externally.
Correct.
Right?
Mataji,
Normally,
Mataji.
when we are not doing this, then we look externally only. We just look at our periphery, at others and everything, but we don't try to look within ourselves. So when we do continuous hearing and chanting, by purification process, we try to look within.
Yeah.
Like when the mirror is dirty, we cannot see ourselves, right? But when we cleanse the mirror, then we can see the face clearly. In the same way, when we look within ourselves, like when we get purified, then only we can look within our heart, right? Then only really Krishna is sitting within our heart and giving us the directions. Yeah, thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Whatever my takeaway is, in this world, whatever we have been given, that is Krishna's mercy, and we should not exploit anything. We should utilize it only in the Krishna's service.
Yes, you should utilize everything in Krishna's service. Very nice.
My takeaway is that the most important thing is not only to know that we're eternal servants of Krishna, but to really realize that, which is different than just intellectually knowing it.
Thank you. That's Vijnana, right? Jnana and Vijnana. Yes.
And my takeaway is that if we know those two things, then we don't need to know anything else.
Great. Yes. Thank you. Yes, Prabhu. It's off.
Haribol. I have a question. question, Mataji, not realization. I mean, realizing Krishna is so rare, but when we have a simple process of bhakti, why it is so rare?
Why it is so rare? Because even though this bhakti process is there, it's so simple, still it's difficult to follow. So when you are not completely practicing it in a steady manner, then it's difficult, you cannot understand, right? It's mentioned in one of the purports we read, that when you get to hear more and more, then you become steady in the process. But how many people stay steady, right? It's very difficult thing. Like starting something new is easy. Creation is easy. Brahma did the easy job, okay, creation. Destruction is easy, what Shiva does. But maintenance is the most difficult thing, right? Like when we started this place, it's so interesting. You were so excited that, okay, I want to start something new. It's very exciting, you will do it. But the difficult part is the steadiness and maintenance, right? So unless you are steady in the process, you cannot really realize Krishna. So that's why it is rare, because hardly people stick to that. And realizing means it's not that, one time you realize and then the other time you forget, right? That's what also people think, okay, I am following the 4 regulative principles, I'm chanting 16 rounds, and Prabhupada says whoever does this, they go back to Godhead, right? Yes, that's possible. You can go back to Godhead by this. But what Krishna would see is really your heart within. So you have done 16 rounds chanting throughout your life. You have followed 4 regulative principles, but your heart is not purified. Technically you have done, because you have the jnana, and you have done that. But if your heart is not purified, then Krishna won't let you enter, right, his place. It's like, I was hearing a lecture, it was a nice analogy that the fisherman, when they fish, they get the fish, catch the fish in the net, and they sell it, right? But when they catch fish for their own home, for their own dinner, they check each and every fish, if it is good or bad. If it is bad, they put it in the bag, in the water. If it is good, they'll get it home, right? So in the same way, we all are like fish, right? When we enter by the technical process of chanting and following the principles, we enter the Golok Dham. But Krishna will examine there what in my heart is at that point. So I cannot become a pure devotee even though I have done that. So then he will check, who is good and who is bad. If we are bad, he will throw back to the material world, right? We are not yet eligible to enter. Like the fish, it's not yet very good for the fisherman to eat, but it's maybe there for selling, right? But because he's catching for his own home, he is really examining. So Krishna examines that in us. And that's why it is rare that really, getting that realization of ourselves. And how it is possible? Only by purifying ourselves. When the anarthas are there, it's not possible within us. So when the anarthas have to be cleared to get a place in Krishna's heart. It's not that, Krishna is within our heart, right? But he is really not there unless we are completely pure, right? Like suppose a dirty house, right? In the room it's really dirty and somebody comes to your home, you will think where to put that person to sit, right? Because it's all over the place, there is no place to sit even. In every place there is something. So in the same way, if we have the impurities within our heart, then how would we make Krishna to sit there? Right? So we have to first clear ourselves. We have to clear the space for him to sit. So that is why it is so rare. That's what he's saying, that understanding me or knowing me in full, right? Knowing me in full. And how we can know him in full? Not in the technical process. In that pure bhakti process which comes after the anartha nibriti, when it goes away, right? Shraddha, sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, anartha nibriti. Then only you get the taste. And then the steadiness, right? Nishtha ruchi. First the steadiness. After anartha nibriti, the nishtha comes, the steadiness comes. Then the taste comes. When you continue chanting, then only you get little taste, right? The taste and then the attachment. When you get a taste to do something, then you get attached to that thing. Somebody likes to play cricket, right? Then they get the taste of playing cricket, they get attached, right? You get the playing something else, soccer, then you get attached. So in the same way, you get the taste of Krishna's or the bhakti process, then you get attached to Krishna, and then that's the ruchi, taste, and then asakti, attachment, and then you get to the bhava stage, right? The love of God, right? So that's how it is that much a process. So like for me especially, I'm still in the anartha vritti stage, so it is that's why it is so rare. Does that make sense, Prabhu? It's not easy. Yes, it's simple, definitely. Yeah, yeah. The maintenance is the difficult part, steadiness. Yeah. Anything else? Okay, we can chant now. One round of chanting the Mahamantra, praying to Krishna that how would I be able to realize him, right? Getting the Vijnana, not just the Jnana. So we should, because by his mercy only we can know him. That's what we read again, right? By his mercy only we can know him. And the mercy comes from by when we pray to him. So let's pray for his mercy that we will get to know him. Mam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurabani Pacharane Nirbishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you everyone for chanting. Now we'll do the Nrsimha prayer and Nrsimha Arti. And we have many announcements. We have what's coming up? LKK Fest. We have a Little Krishna Kids Fest, which is a kids event, but adults are also welcome. It's a lot of contests and performances are there by the kids starting from the age 3. So if you know anyone who has kids also, you can spread the word as much as possible. So this is the 15th annual Little Krishna Fest event we are going to do in Pleasanton, and it's on May 16th. Prabhuji, can you put the flyer on the website littlekrishnakids.com? So that is one. So please spread the word as much as possible, and if you like to volunteer, we'll have a volunteer sign up form image very soon in the website. So you can go and sign up for volunteer. There would be a lot of activities and a lot of help needed in the festival. Around 500-600 people come. And it's in Pleasanton starting at 2:30 p.m. It goes around until 7:30, 5 hours event basically. And then we have Gopika meetup next Saturday here. We have a women's forum in this place, and every month, second Saturday of every month we meet here on Saturday morning. So we chant, we do the morning program, and we read something, and then prasadam. So it's every Saturday, once a month, second Saturday, 6:30 to 8:30 or 6 to 8 like that. So that's only for women. Also we have regular reading happening and regular chanting happening every day on Zoom. So morning 4:30 to 7 the chanting happens. Anytime you can join on the Zoom, and as well as every evening Monday to Thursday we read together Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam, all the scriptures, and that's also on Zoom. If anybody interested, you can join those groups, the reading group and chanting group, and then it would be you can be part of that. And today's cooks are Hema and Sunita Mataji. Thank you so much for cooking the prasadam. Hari bol. Okay, then now we'll have the Nashima pair. Also, we have a camping in June. So if you want to sign up for that, it's also on the website. The tickets are going fast. We have few spots left. It's a 2 nights camping in Collins Lake, which is 2.5 hour drive from here to the north of Sacramento. And it's nice. We do all kirtan, we do reading, we do hiking, we do boating, everything all together, cooking. So if anybody interested, you can do that. It's a full-fledged outside camping, tent camping. Okay. Now we'll have the who is singing Nashima prayer? You could. Everybody can turn that side, and then you can do.
Namaste Narashringaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Dahine. Prahlada Dahine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Nrsinga Parato Nrsinga. Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha. Yato yato yami tato Nrsimha. Yato yato yami tato Nrsimha. Bahir Nrsimho Hidahir Nrsimha. Bahir Nrsimha Hidahir Nrsimha. Narashringamadim Sharanam Prapadim. Narashringamadim Sharanam Prapadye. Tava Kara Kamalavarinakam Atputa Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Adbhuta Shringam Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Narahari Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Narahari Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. So just a quick announcement again. May 1st, we'll have our welcoming of Srila Prabhupada. DDs will be coming and Narasimha Swami will be also coming. Kurma Narayan and Bhavan Dev. Hopefully, they are starting from Bangalore now. Please pray. So they are returned from Dubai last couple of weeks ago. So they went back to Bangalore. Now it has moved from Tamil Nadu to Bangalore, and hopefully that will be clearance, international clearance on Tuesday. If we get, then we will get the DDs here. So, but we'll have a detailed announcement we'll be sending out. We'll have a Kalash Jatra and Adhivas on Tuesday, 28th of April, which will be starting, and we'll announce, because there is no Ganga here, so we'll go to a river nearby, we have seen. We'll send out the details. So we'll be collecting the water for the Abhishek, and those who will be registered for joining the Kalash Jatra, that will be on Tuesday, because Thursday is Narsingh Swami's appearance day, and Wednesday people may do some decorations, so that's what we are doing on Tuesday. And Friday will be 4 to 6 p.m. will be the whole program here.
p.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, May 1st. Do you remember that day? So Krishna willing, we can do that. Hopefully the deities are not here. Only Prabhupada is here. They came with us. But nevertheless, if they don't come, then we'll do Prabhupada installation. That's for sure. On 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday. So please take some off that day. And we'll be sending out some registration, those who like to join for performing the first Abhishek to the Lordship as well as to Prabhupada on that day. And also participate in the Kalash Jatra, which is on 28th, that is Tuesday, 6 p.m. Most likely will be in the Alameda River here, but we'll be sending out the details. It's just 15 minutes from here. We'll be going by a car, and everybody will be getting their colors, and we'll be collecting the colors with the puja and all, considering it's a Ganga, and then that we'll be storing it here, and then we'll do the Abhishek on May 1st. Does it clear? So we'll send out all the instructions and informations, but this is just a heads up. Okay. Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmane Vaishnave Salpa Punya Batam Rajan Vishwasanaiva Jayate Sarira Vidyajal Jodendriya Tahikal Jive Fele Vishay Sagare तार मध्ये जीवाति लोभमाय सुदुर्मति ताके जेता कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़ दयामय गौरी बारे जीवा जाय सप्रसादन्न दिलो भाई से ही अन्नामृत पाओ श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमेडा को श्री चैतन्य निताई जय निमाई जय निताई महाप्रसादे गोविंदे नाम ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे स्वल्प पुण्यवतं राजन् विश्वासनैव जायते प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्य जायते प्रसन्नचेतो साहियासु बुद्धिपर्यावितिष्ठते महाप्रसाद की जय. What is next? Is that? Huh? Let's complete this cycle. तयोपभुक्ता सर्गंधा बाष्वलंकार चर्चिताः उच्चिष्ट भोजिनो दासस् तव मायं जयेमहि शुष्कं पर्युषितं वापि नीतं वा दूरदेशतः प्राप्तिमात्रेण भोक्तव्यं नात्र काल विचारणा न देश नियमस्तत्र न काल नियमस्तथा प्राप्तमन्नं द्रुतं षष्ठेर भोक्तव्यं हरिरब्रवीत्. हरि ओम. महाप्रसाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. Please come and take prasadam. Hare Krishna. Can somebody help put the